Good evening, you're watching Mission 2024. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Our top focus is the state of Manipur on a curious case of a resignation. Did it happen? Did it not happen? If it did, because there was a resignation letter, did Biren Singh, the Chief Minister of Manipur, almost quit? All of that coming up over the next 20 minutes right here. First up, the headlines. Big development on One Nation, One Law. Sources tell India Today that Uniform Civil Code may be tabled in the upcoming monsoon session. Modi government versus Delhi government, dangal escalates. Kejriwal government moves Supreme Court against the centre's ordinance. Says it sidelines the elected government from control over civil services. Biren Singh clarifies he will stay on as Manipur Chief Minister and will not resign at critical juncture. This as violence continues in strife-torn state. Also, a torn-up resignation letter emerges. Heavy drama over dismissal of DMK minister continues. Senthil Balaji's sacking from the state cabinet on hold for now. Chief Minister Stalin chalks out legal strategy against governor. Home for the underprivileged, built on land seized from Don Atiq Ahmed in Prayagraj. UP Chief Minister hands over keys to new homeowners. Karnataka High Court shoots down Twitter plea against Modi government. Twitter to pay 50 lakh penalty. High Court wraps Twitter for non-compliance. Unrest grips France for third day. Massive protest, arson, violence, looting in Paris over police shooting of teen boy. All right, so what is going down in the state of Manipur? It's remained on edge with over 54 days on a trot. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi continued his day to visit in Moirang, visiting relief camps and meeting with the victims and families affected by the clashes that first began nearly 2 months ago. Rahul Gandhi also later met the Manipur governor, Anusuya, at the Raj Bhavan in Imphal over the Manipur situation. However, dramatic twists of events took place in Manipur's capital, Imphal. Word got about that possibly Biren Singh was quitting, but he didn't. When Biren Singh supporters took to the streets in protest against his rumoured resignation, and then, strangely, a resignation letter also appeared, which was torn up. So was there a resignation letter? Well, Biren Singh later clarified through a tweet as well, suggesting that he will stay on as the chief minister and would not resign at this critical juncture when the northeast state has been marred by incessant violence. So what really went down? Did the chief minister of Manipur quit? Because he says he's going to stay on as chief minister. So if he didn't quit, what's the curious case of that resignation letter? Let's break it down for our viewers.
I would appeal to everybody in Manipur that we need peace. Peace is the most important thing. And my strong appeal to everybody that violence will not get anything for anybody. Peace is the way forward, and everybody should now talk about peace and start moving towards peace.
All right, I want to cut across to my colleague Maushmi Singh, who is in Manipur tracking the developments. Also joining me in the studio is my colleague Kaushik Deka, who's practically at least the last word when it comes down to all the political developments in the northeast. But cutting across to Maushmi first. Maushmi, you went there to track Rahul Gandhi's visit. Dramatic developments through the course of this morning in Manipur. Earlier on, a rumoured resignation which wasn't to be. However, there was a torn-up resignation letter. What led to Biren Singh's, what seemingly a dramatic U-turn over his resignation?
We are standing outside the BJP office here in Manipur, and you can see that there's security deployed at the gates. And that's been the scene for a while because BJP office has been on the radar. But importantly, that actually indicates the dip in popularity of the BJP government here. And no wonder, there was Biren Singh offering his resignation, in fact, expressing his intention. And no sooner did he do so, the news flew thick and fast. We saw his supporters thronging on the streets, all coming in minivans, carrying the same kind of A4 sheet typed slogans, perhaps a message to not only Biren Singh but also to the centre that he has a big support base here in Manipur. Right when he had got the time at 1 p.m. to meet the governor, his appointment got rescheduled and he then was shifted to at 3 p.m. In between, Rahul Gandhi interestingly met the governor and said that he didn't want to comment on the politics of it all. So Biren Singh then in fact put out that tweet saying that he is not resigning. Only after, for 2-3 hours, his supporters camped on the streets outside the CM's residence. So the veteran leader there, there are reports that he's got a lot of pressure from the center to put in his papers. But he, for today, as of now, he did put out that tweet. But we don't really know whether that cancellation of intention is temporary or is it going to be a permanent affair.
All right, Moshmi, appreciate you joining us. I just want to pull in Kaushik Dekha, Executive Editor, India Today magazine. Kaushik, what is really going on? Because earlier this morning, indications seem to suggest that Biren Singh, the Chief Minister of Manipur, is stepping down. However, there was no confirmation. Then you see, supporters pour outside his house. Then you see a crumpled, torn-up resignation as well. And then you have Biren Singh who's saying that he's going to stay on as Chief Minister. Did he quit? Was this resignation letter genuine? What really happened?
In the morning, when I first came to know about this information that he might quit at 1 p.m., so I tried to getting in touch with the CM, and what I learned from him is that he was actually contemplating the resignation. He told me that he was very upset with this when some women had been protesting in Imphal yesterday, and he was very sad about they holding dead bodies and all that. So he was actually contemplating the resignation.
He confirmed to you?
Yes, and he did write that letter. But
so at that resignation letter is genuine?
Resignation letter is genuine.
So he almost quit, but he didn't?
Not exactly almost quit, but the time was fixed. Meanwhile, the word got out, just like we journalists got to know. So all the MLAs and MPs supporting him, a large number of MLAs, MPs and only one MP and ministers, they gathered at his residence, and general public also came out and they blocked the road. That's what we could see, that so that the CM could not go out, and they were demanding that he should not resign. Whether that was staged, whether that was spontaneous, we do not know, but that exactly happened. And outside his residence, one of the MLAs, he actually tore apart that resignation letter. This is exactly what happened. Now, the significance of this incident is that till now there was a demand for resignation of Biren Singh, that as a CM he has failed. So there are demands even from some MLAs of BJP. But after this incident, CM Biren Singh, he has consolidated his position in Manipur politics. Now he has showcased that he is a leader with mass support, at least from the Meiteis. And Meiteis control 40 seats in Manipur of the 60 assembly seats. So with that kind of support, and from the very beginning, the cookies have been claiming that Biren Singh is siding with the Meiteis. And now Meiteis have showcased enormous support for Biren Singh's leadership. At least that's what we saw on the streets. So that actually has given him political strength, and he probably would not need to depend on central leadership any further for his existence in Manipur politics. Whether he stays on as the chief minister or not, that's a different
what's
issue.
really interesting,
but he has strengthened his position within the BJP.
That's what's really interesting, Kaushik, because somewhere down the line, till now, it seemed that the chief minister of Manipur was dependent on the centre. It seems to have changed the equations where the chief minister is concerned vis-a-vis the relationship with the centre. And importantly, Kaushik, for somebody who studied the Northeast, coming out of a protest which still right now, Manipur is plunged into crisis, this could have totally taken down the reputation of a sitting chief minister. It's actually worked in his favor politically.
Yes, in a way. Now he has, I would not be exaggerating if I say that he has actually emerged as a Meitei hero. Whether that's good or bad in ethical sense for a CM, that's a different thing. But he has emerged as the hero of the Meitei community, and that has strengthened his position within Manipur and in Manipur in BJP politics also. Because if you see right from his very first tenure, almost every year or every 6 months you will see 2-3 MLAs, 4-5 MLAs, 10-12 MLAs camping in Delhi demanding his resignation or change of guard in Manipur. Now that has changed. Now he has showcased that he can survive on his own, and look at this crisis. It was, if it had been in any other state of India, I don't think any CM would have survived 50 days non-stop violence, but he has survived, and today with this resignation thing he has showcased that he has public support as well.
Well, Kaushik, appreciate you joining us, our executive editor, India Today magazine. Thank you for putting about a perspective to what just went down in the last 24 hours. Of course, what wouldn't have helped the cause is that you had somebody like Rahul Gandhi who's still in Manipur while all of this is unfolding. But in a way, it's taken the spotlight off Rahul Gandhi's visit and put it on Biren Singh, who said, I'm staying, I'm not quitting, I'm not going anywhere. So that crumpled up resignation is now just that, a piece of crumpled up and torn paper. A quick break. When we return, on the other side, in midst of the controversy over Bala Senthil's dismissal, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin meets experts to chalk out a legal strategy.
The India Today Group is pleased to announce the launch of a brand new online portal for our Best Colleges survey, featuring 6 years of ranking data as well as a wealth of granular information on thousands of institutes of higher learning. Our interactive portal offers easy access, analysis and guidance to our Best Colleges of India survey results for over 2,000 colleges across 14 streams. We invite everyone to visit our site, bestcolleges.indiatoday.in, and we wish aspiring students all the very best.
I have here the 21st Law Commission report, came out in 2018 on the 31st of August, which says a uniform civil code is neither necessary nor desirable at this stage. It's a 185-page consultation paper which makes the point that a unified nation did not necessarily need to have uniformity of law. Given that this was the Law Commission's position under your government's watch in 2018, why then has this issue been brought up 1 year before the elections? Is this, now that the Ram temple has been built, Article 370 is gone, is this the third plank you will try and whip up as you seek a third term for Prime Minister Modi? GVL Narasimha Rao.
Rahul, good evening to you, all the panelists and all the viewers. There is nothing hidden about this. This has been a part of our political agenda for gender justice ever since the BJP was formed. And even in 2019 manifesto, we have clearly and categorically stated that we will work towards bringing uniform civil code. This was a part of our manifesto in 2019. So what we are beginning to do, what we are setting out to do is exactly what we have spoken about all these years. There is nothing keeping in mind 2024. And why is it for certain communities, uniform civil code or common personal laws are okay when they live abroad? When you live in the US, I don't see Waris Pathan or Owaisi or any of their relatives talking about Sharia law. But when it comes to India, it becomes obligatory. And in the same logic, they were trying to force continuation of triple talaq when countries like even Egypt, Bangladesh, then Pakistan, many of them have banned it decades ago, but they wanted even to persist that that injustice to women, Muslim women in India, in the name of a vote bank. So
okay, let me get a word in from Waris Pathan, because in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, Malaysia, Turkey, these are Islamic countries, Indonesia, Sudan, Egypt, and in countries like America and in Ireland, the Uniform Civil Code is implemented and all citizens of those countries, including Muslims, follow the same law. So if Turkey, Bangladesh, Malaysia, Pakistan, Egypt, Indonesia and Sudan don't have a problem, why should Baris Pathan have a problem?
Well, Rahul, first and foremost, Eid Mubarak and Happy Ekadashi to you, my co-panelists, your viewers and everybody. Now, coming back to the topic on the UCC, there is no need for the UCC as said by the Law Commission in 2018 itself. See, we have got independence in 1947. Since 70 years, we have been following the constitution given to us by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar.
Welcome back. Let's take you now with the latest coming in from Tamil Nadu. There's been a fresh twist in the dismissal of Tamil Nadu Minister Senthil Balaji. The dismissal of Senthil Balaji as Tamil Nadu Cabinet Minister has now been kept on hold. Tamil Nadu Governor's decision to sack him will now be decided after the legal opinion of the Attorney General. Meanwhile, taking a dig at the Governor, DMK has put up posters across Tamil Nadu depicting various cases against several union ministers of states, asking if Governor Ravi will write to Delhi seeking their removal as well. For now, Senthil has been retained as a minister without any portfolio in M.K. Stalin's cabinet.
The challenge is to the powers of the Chief Minister. He doesn't want to conduct himself in accordance with the Constitution. So, the Honorable Chief Minister has rightly disregarded his letter, has rightly shown the place where it has to be.
Will DMK take any legal action? Because this particular statement from the governor almost claims that Senthil Balaji is kind of like convicted.
Sir, the letter is ab initio void. It need not be acted upon. It can be disregarded. That is what the government has done today.
The Honorable Chief Minister now, through M.K. Stalin ji as opposition leader, has categorically requested the Honorable Governor then in 2016 and 18 to dismiss a minister from the ADMK government. Now in 2023, he calls this a constitutional crisis. The whole of Tamil Nadu knows Mr. Senthil Balaji is a corrupt minister. The whole of Tamil Nadu knows he continuing in the cabinet is definitely not the right thing. The whole of Tamil Nadu expects the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to remove Mr. Senthil Balaji from the cabinet. Now the question of whether the governor has got powers or no powers, we don't want to get into that. Since the governor has chosen to go to the Attorney General and take his opinion and get back to us.
A quick break coming up on the other side. Big development on the One Nation, One Law Uniform Civil Court. Sources tell India Today that the UCC may be tabled as a bill in the upcoming monsoon session. That's the top focus on To The Point this evening. To stay with us.
The question that I want to pick up with Robin Rana is a statement that he's made to Business Today, which is leaving money on the table. Robin, explain the intent and the philosophy behind that statement.
Look, I've always been in the wealth distribution business in a way. I've always felt India has a big disparity between the rich and the poor. I've spent 2 decades trying to ensure that I can play my role in uplifting the underprivileged in India. I'm presently, as you know, building 6,000 homes for the slum dwellers of Bhavana. Bhavana is the second largest slum today in the country after Dharavi. We've already handed over 2,304 homes. I also run schools all across the country, educating thousands of kids, providing the meals, breakfast, lunch, healthcare, and so on. When I look at my IPO, I'm hoping that my IPO is helping the middle classes, the lower middle classes, people on the street make a little bit of money. So from my perspective, if somebody asks me how do you rate the success of your IPO, to me the success is not about how much money I raise, And it's not about how many times will this issue be subscribed at. What I'm going to be looking at, success in my mind, the measure would be if people on the street said, after the issue, if people on the street said, Robin Rana knew he had great results and he still priced the issue at a low amount and he left money on the table, if they say that, then I would think my IPO has been a grand success.
What's the broader sense about the Indian market? We saw a bit of a slump, and clearly your IPO is so far this year going to be the largest one.
Well, look, investors want profitable companies, new age companies. They're looking for state-of-the-art companies that are redefining paradigm, which are changing the thinking of people. People are tired of companies whose entire model is just pure growth without any profitability. So that's the sense I'm getting, that people are looking for growth, but they're looking for growth to be accompanied by cash growth. They're looking for growth to be accompanied by profitability growth.
Since you meet so many investors all across the world, what was this? Was it just a tulip kind of mania where people were putting in money on just 10 slides of a business plan? Because that's what we have seen happen really. Many companies, again, no names being taken, where there is no possibility of profits ever, raising money by the bucket load. What was it? A euphoria?
Siddharth, look, it is a cycle. It's not just an euphoria. It is also how things are set up by the involved parties. So if you have back-end investors, if you have strong, large private equities, if private equities made an investment, they made an investment in India, and they made a call, and they invested X amount of money, and they have a cash burn in that business, as they're running a privately held business. What do you think they want? They want to ensure that at some point, they have a point where they can recover their money.
Where does all this leave the original business, Sanjay? Denim. That's where it all started. But now, it seems like it is no longer for a long time the mainstay of Arvind. Is it yesterday's story for you?
As far as denim is concerned, you're right that there is overcrowding in the Indian market. There are too many players. And what has happened is that only the value and then the mid to luxury is flourishing. The mid-brands, the mid-price brands have really almost vanished. The old business is not at all old. We have brought in the newest technologies there.
So sorry.
जलवा ज़माना हमारा ये डीलों के दिन कुछ हिसाबों के दिन कई दिल जलों को जवाबों के दिन डिफेंस फील्ड में अच्छे ख्वाबों के दिन है वेलकम अमेरिका में जी मेहरबान जैसा फ्रेंड भी मिलेगा कहाँ ऑटोग्राफ को दिल दीवाना हमारा अब देखेगा जलवा ज़माना हमारा.
Co-powered by
The world comes together at Sharda University.
Bajaj Allianz Life Diabetic Term Plan. SBI Mutual Fund, a partner for life.
UBI, अच्छे लोग अच्छा बैंक.
Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Our top focus, the Modi government could move forward on the Uniform Civil Code as soon as the coming monsoon session in Parliament. Sources have confirmed to India Today that the government could very well table the bill on implementing a Uniform Civil Code in the monsoon session of Parliament set to begin next month. However, there is no indication whether there's a draft of this bill or not yet. But having said that, what the chatter or the conversation around the bill has done is created fissures in already a fractured, united opposition.
The bill to give India a uniform civil code could come as early as next month. Sources tell India Today the Narendra Modi government could table a bill on the implementation of a uniform civil code in the monsoon session of Parliament. The bill, if tabled, could be sent to a parliamentary standing